amazing, but they get paid the big bucks. And maybe the way that they get paid the big bucks is because they get some kind of kickback off of Ukraine aid. I don't know. It seems like
something's going on there, but yes.
Somebody's getting rather wealthy these days. The only other excuse that Democrats have is pushing the Ukraine distraction some more. And bizarrely, this includes now, within the last few days, outright saying that the U.S. is at war with Russia in Ukraine. House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer shielded Biden from criticism in the House this week on the basis that I guess that it's wrong to criticize the president during wartime for some reason.
Why?
It seems like a great time to criticize the president, but then Biden himself said that the U.S. is at war on two fronts: inflation at home and in defense of Ukraine's democracy.
Mr. Speaker, it is unfortunate that at a time of war that we spend all the time blaming our own president.
Right now, America is fighting on two fronts. At home, it's inflation and rising prices. Abroad, it's helping Ukrainians defend their democracy.
I mean, I guess they didn't say explicitly the U.S. is at war in Ukraine, but
pretty close.
I mean, that's basically what was said there. I didn't see the congressional declaration of war. Then again, I haven't seen that for several consecutive wars now.
It's true. They don't have to do that for proxy wars.
Yeah. But of course, I guess the best way to reduce inflation is just to print even more money and then send it over to Ukraine, where you don't ever even see any of it, at least if you're a normal person. The Senate is expected to pass another $40 billion aid package for Ukraine on Wednesday. This after the House passed it last week with, yes, 3/4 of Republicans supporting. It's about the only thing that the two parties can agree on, as I mentioned. It's stealing from you and laundering it to their friends and probably themselves through Ukraine, while every idiot with a Ukraine flag emoji claps like a seal. And can I show you the exact path of the money? No, but that's kind of the point, and it's reaching such scales that we have to assume those paths exist.
Yeah.
Because we're not getting the return on our war buck that you might expect given the scale of the money that is going out. And maybe we should hold up for a second and assess where that money is actually going. That's the reason the bill isn't already passed. It was briefly delayed by Rand Paul denying unanimous consent in the Senate, which would have put it on the fast track. Rand Paul wanted a provision that would require an inspector general to monitor the spending. But the idea of any oversight of the theft and laundering enrages everyone. So they say no. And Rand Paul will just be smeared by the media for even wanting any transparency. And
poor
as I
Rand
mentioned,
and Ron Paul, their entire lives just being the butt of jokes, but actually having the interests of the people in their hearts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you have to wonder why people are so hostile to oversight on the spending of billions and billions of American taxpayer dollars at a time when we don't have a lot of those dollars to go around, and printing them is very disastrous to
just print more money. It's fine. We'll just print more money.
So I wanted to talk about the scale here, because again, a million, bajillion, gajillion government dollars, we forget what compares to what. Well, this, according to Glenn Greenwald over on Twitter over the weekend. So after 10 weeks of war in Ukraine, we have now sent $54 billion to Ukraine. And actually, I need to double check. I think that includes this $40 billion package. I might be wrong on that. It might be plus.
No, it has to include
I think it does.
$40 billion. Okay.
Let me see. He put a double asterisk on that. Oh, was that just for emphasis? I was looking for a citation. Anyway, a lot of $1 billion, tens of billions of dollars. Just for comparison, on average, we spent $46 billion annually in Afghanistan to support our own military operations.
Yeah, but that was in 2015. So $54 billion now is like $1 billion.
Oh, okay. So I guess it's not adjusted. Fair point. The total Russian military budget, the entire country's military budget in Russia for the entire year, $69 billion. We have spent a comparable number in 10 weeks. If we keep up this pace, we would send Ukraine over $500 billion for the year. Now, that's speculative. We might not do that. But if we did, Okay, those numbers just don't add up. Even the New York Times headline is like, okay, this is getting kind of weird. Headline New York Times earlier this week, House passes $40 billion more for Ukraine aid with few questions asked. Well, where is the money going? Let's start asking the questions. Password, remember, per last week's show, password analfuck69 to log into Hunter's bank account and find out if any of the money, it's $40 billion deposited on Wednesday, as soon as they pass this vote. This is getting absolutely absurd. And the fact that people are, I shouldn't say people, I think American citizens are very interested in this. The fact that our elected representatives have apparently little to no concern or curiosity about where this is actually going is, well, it's a betrayal of the people for one, but to me, it's almost implicating. It implies to me that you have some kind of interest in the public not necessarily following this with ease. Mm-hmm. And I got to believe there's a reason for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Why? Why would they do that?
Somebody's getting rich. It's just not you. That's what you can be confident of. I'm sure Vladimir Zelensky has a sweet garage of cars. I bet it's very awesome.